And we are back with another fantastic episode brought to you by the greatest sponsor in the world, Draggin Bags. DBs, baby. DBs. Strongest letters in the game. If you want to hop on that strength to make your game that much better, head over to dragginbags.com. That's with a Z. And drop code BIGASS12 at checkout to pick up your heat today. I mean, best bags in the business. We're seeing them all over the place, just killing it, repping it. Let's go. Draggin Bags, baby. Go over and get your heat. Again, that's dragginbags with a Z.com. Drop code BIGASS12 at checkout. It's going to save you some money because we're awesome and we love you all. So use that code when you go to buy bags or merch or anything else, because why not? We all need stuff. So get it at dragginbags.com.
Welcome to the Big Ass Cornhole Show with Sean and Dane, the host you know, talking cornhole life and random fun. Grab a beer, let's get it done. From tossing bags to let's wild ride, tune in and join the party, don't you hide. It's the Big Ass Cornhole podcast time with Sean and Dane. It's always prime.
All right, well, welcome back to the Big Ass Cornhole Podcast. Sean and Dane are with you as always.
Yeah.
What's going on, man?
We're back.
We are back.
What's up? Eventful week.
I tell you what, though, like if you're not on Patreon and you want to see the video, I mean, it's like Dane's just like making it worth price of admission on those videos.
I mean, I'm trying, man. I mean, every time the song, man, it just gets
really
me going.
does.
All right?
It really does.
Jazzes me up.
Shout out to the Patreon members who voted on that.
Oh, hell yeah.
That was an overwhelming favorite.
Imagine if it was the opera one. I would still find a way to dance to it, but
there was a conversation where that was a realistic possibility that we were just going to make that one win because it made us laugh.
We did every time. Every time I laughed.
All right, so before we get into anything, it's going to be it's going to be a crazy episode. Lots of stuff been going on.
I mean, I know that there was some cornhole played, but there was plenty of cornhole drama going on in the world.
So it's going to be a busy episode. All right, so before we get into anything else, Dane, do what you do best every single week. Let the folks know what we're sipping on tonight in a segment we call What You Drinking.
What you drinking?
I am so thirsty, and I've been waiting to crack this.
Well, I snagged me some Leinenkugel's Liney Lodge Lime.
I didn't.
You guys see it there? It's a Mexican lager with lime in it.
It is.
It's really good.
98 degrees outside here.
Yes, that's why I went with the lighter beer option.
I did also go with lighter beer. I'm going with the gold can Miller Lite because I can.
I feel like anytime you lift it up, it's just yeah, delicious.
It's 98 degrees outside. I needed something refreshing.
98 degrees. What a throwback.
I'm trying to stay hydrated too.
Great band.
Okay, band.
Not really.
No, they were like the pretty shitty version of
they were
every
like
other
the
boy band
Timu
out
version
there.
of like
They really
Backstreet
were.
Boys,
yeah.
You know?
I mean, Nick Lachey did okay in his career, but like he clearly like pushed everyone. As soon as he had a solo chance, like he just jumped at that shit, just abandoned ship.
I mean, he went on that like Mary Jessica Simpson.
He did,
and I mean,
we can't blame him.
Batshit crazy is a part of this episode, so I mean, there you go.
It doesn't kind of just roll in.
Hey.
All right, so we have more audio gold definitely planned for you this week. All right, so the ACL Signature number 5 was held in Utica, New York this weekend. We're going to recap the results of that. And if you've been following along on Facebook and you're joining this episode because you're like, there's been cryptic posts, I don't know what the hell he's talking about.
Yeah, there's huge drama going on in the world of NACA.
Yes.
So I mean, if you guys haven't been following along with that, dude, it's getting wild out there.
There's going to be a pretty epic, dramatic reading segment. So just stay tuned. We'll get into all that. And then there's going to be a bonus episode this week. So this week we're going to be joined by Spencer Bogad. He is a professional wiffle ball player.
Love it.
All right, so he's a friend of the family. I can't wait to talk to him.
Yes.
We haven't talked to him yet, but he plays professional wiffle ball, and he has for like 12 years. It's like an official league and everything. And I know there's different variations. So if you just like hearing from like interesting people and want to learn about something different, definitely check it out. It's gonna be dropping later this week.
I mean, wiffle ball is definitely in the realm of cornhole. I feel like.
Oh, yeah, that's
it's
what I'm
just
saying. Like
light version of baseball,
niche sports.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like it's great. And who didn't grow up playing that in the backyard?
Damn Skippy.
So I can't wait to talk. So that's going to drop later this week. But before we get into all that, we're going to let you know what's going on in our lives in a segment we call In and Around the Hole.
Are you too good for your hole?
So what's going on?
Not much. We post last episode we hit the sim with Dad.
Oh, we did. Yeah. Shit.
Yeah, no, that was a whole week ago.
Yeah, it was.
That was fun. Played. Which course did we end up playing? Was it Payne's?
Oh, you're talking about there?
Yeah,
dude. I don't remember honestly. What
it might have been Payne's Valley that we.
That
was
sounds familiar?
one of them. Yeah, it was fun. I don't know, like
we all played
always
well.
Always good to get out with the pops. It was like the little Father's Day gift.
Yeah.
Love going to that sim. So
Yeah.
I mean, shout out to Always Golf Club if you guys are in the Cleveland area and looking for some easy swings, especially when it's this freaking hot. Just check out Always Golf Club. They're in Westlake, great facility, great people. Just give them a look
for sure.
And then. Yeah, it was just kind of a whirlwind. Work was a little busy this week. Had load-ins for Rocket Mortgage Classic going on next weekend, and
that's in Detroit.
It is, yeah,
Okay.
Detroit Golf Club. And
that's supposed to be a nasty course.
It is a nasty course. And
like, I think the scores there are pretty low.
They're fairly low.
Well, I guess high. Yeah,
high. It's long. Yeah, and it's just it's going to be super wet up there. I mean, they've had a month straight of rain, so we'll see how that one pans out, but. Then I went out and golfed in the heat yesterday with Pops and had myself a day, dude. I was, for as hot as it was, I was surprised at how well I golfed.
But I prefer playing in the heat.
I mean, you stay loose.
That's what I'm saying, man.
I would definitely prefer than the 40 degrees than the last tournament we played in. Yeah, your boy shot a 76. It was had 2 birdies, one on a par 5, and then chipped in on a par 4, and then just had 6 bogeys, but everything else was just... Stayed down the middle. I abandoned the Cobra driver.
Yeah.
Until like I hit it on like 15, 17, and 18.
Okay.
And I actually hit it pretty well. But like I know that I just have so much more work to do with that driver. It's so vastly different than my original one. But very confident hitting the other driver. So I'm just gonna let that ride for the tournament coming up this Saturday. Better to just keep the ball in play. And it showed. Like even though I know I'm 20 yards shorter with that driver, it's just easier to be down the middle. Like, you don't need to hit it 270 when 250s, you know where it's going.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, besides that, it was just one of those days that I just struck everything well, and yeah, I just felt like I was back. Like I had 2 shitty rounds like between then, so I was getting a little nervous if I was like starting to fall off it a little bit, but this round definitely got my confidence back up before Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why you'd be nervous. I mean, I thought every time I've seen you play, like, it's really just been like, putting was one of your issues the one day.
Yeah.
But like, if you clean that up, like, you would have shot way better. I mean, potentially like 10 to 12 strokes better.
Yeah. And it's, putting was pretty good, but the problem was the greens were so slow.
Oh, that's tough.
So, like, we just had to hammer putts.
Did you guys play Royal Crest?
We played Royal Crest, yeah. And I mean, I get it. They can't really mow that low when it's so wet.
Yeah.
But they were still a little excessive.
Yeah.
Like they probably should have.
Royal Crest is crazy because all their par 3s are long, but their par 4s are pretty short.
Yeah.
So it kind of balances out, but so I was just I'm like, listen, I'm going to treat half these par 3s I'm treating like a par 4.
Yeah, I mean they're all like over 200 yards.
Yeah.
They have one that's 230.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
Like a guy like me, I do not hit that long of a ball. Like it's just like it's all I can hit. Like all I can hit. You know what I mean? Like unless Dad's there and I can use a 7-wood kind of thing, but I don't really have a club for like that distance.
Yeah, and I was like even on those long par 3s, like I was struggling with my long irons for those couple rounds, and those were the ones that I was like, all right, I'm hitting these well. That's a good sign.
Yeah.
Like I know I'm hitting my long irons well when it comes out low and it's like a baby fade.
Yeah.
Because that's exactly what I'm playing all the time. So
the nice thing is,
very nice.
if you look at the scorecard for like this upcoming turn, so we are playing in our next event on Saturday.
Yeah.
Now Dane and we're probably not going to be able to log a full round. We're doing the back off challenge there. I think I can't remember what he called it. He actually came up with a pretty good name. It's not back off. But I'll look it up.
The fuck up challenge?
No, so we're doing that. So we're getting off at 7. The shotgun starts at 9. We need to be at the first tee by 9 at the latest. So I figure worst case scenario, if it's just you and I and we're the first ones out, we can get through at least 9 holes easily.
Oh yeah, easily.
So I'm thinking we'll probably get through maybe 11, maybe 12 holes.
I'm anticipating people in front of us, if I'm being completely honest.
No, they know like we are the first ones because I requested 6:30. They said the soonest that it can get us out is 7.
And that's because
morning.
I think they have
they don't have
playing
no,
at
they don't
6:30.
Have they don't have anybody before us.
I mean, which makes sense because They have a shotgun started.
Well, and they want to go get the course set because they have to have all the holes ready. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like they can't go out in front of somebody just try to get it ready. But yeah, so we're playing that set. I mean, again, like I was so disappointed with how I played the first time. Like for me, it's like just go out and then just have fun now.
Yeah.
And like I think I'm just organically going to score better, and I have to stop expecting bigger outcomes as fast as I want them to come. Does that make sense?
It does.
Like I'm not going to become a scratch golfer. Like it's going to take a lot of rounds.
Yeah,
So just
for
be
sure.
patient and enjoy the grind. Like I love golf. Like it's fun for me. Like I like practicing it. So I'm just trying to take that and just work on something small instead of like before when I didn't have a lot of time, I wasn't putting effort in practicing. Like when I would practice, it was just like go hit a bucket of balls, try to get your swing to feel good. Now that I feel like my swing is okay, like I can go work on something very specific that day and then just try to make sure like that one aspect is good on the course the next time, and hopefully it just kind of carries over.
Yeah. I mean, I'm at the point now in my game where like I'm happy with good shots, but I expect better than that now.
Because it's not going to be like an official round. When we go out on Saturday, I want to track like how many putts do I have, like greens and regulation, like so I can start to say like where is my true problem. Like I think like I like to think that like irons can be a strength in my game, but that's like if I'm in the fairway and I'm swinging well. Like maybe it is my driver because I'm putting the ball in the fairway, or maybe I just putt really well. So I just want to pay attention to that just so I can see like where do I need to put more effort in the game to like, actually decrease the score.
Yeah.
I've been working on putting pretty much nonstop because I was disgusted with my effort last time. I changed my stance and everything. I'm standing very straight. My right arm is completely locked out now, and I can actually keep the ball on the line. So, and that's all I want. Now it's a speed thing. Like, so now I'm just, as long as I get there, be confident. So I'm excited for Saturday.
Hell yeah.
But this whole weekend, man, was just it was hot as shit. And I had a softball and a t-ball game both days.
Yes.
So that just took up like the entire weekend, just trying to keep the kids somewhat, sane.
Yeah, I
in,
mean,
like,
we did hijack your daughter on Saturday.
You did,
and brought her
yeah.
out for her birthday out to Crocker Park and went shopping and whatnot. So that was fun.
Yeah.
Had a
ended
good
up
time
at
with her.
ended up at mom and dad's
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So it was fun. And then other than that, like the whole weekend like flew by. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And then so do we want to let's just get into like this right now?
You want to just launch it right now?
Yeah.
All right,
It's
let's
just
get into
it's
the
easy.
results.
So,
all right, so
So all right, so this kind of rolled into this past week. So what night was it that I came over? Was it Thursday? All right,
yeah.
so it was Thursday morning. I get alerted to someone that I was not friends with on Facebook at the time, but someone sent me a post, be like, "Hey, you should check this out." And I'm like, "Okay." And I looked at it, and I went on this lady's page. Right, her name's Giselle. I went on her page, and I started scrolling down, and I started checking out her stuff, and like. She tagged a lot of Lucky Bag stuff. Back in the day, she was tagging Draggin Bags. Seemed pretty normal cornhole stuff. Like I didn't see anything like out of the blue. Now the post, like some of the language in it was a little rough. It's the cornhole community. Like sometimes it's a little rough around the edges. So I didn't really. I mean, like okay, some of the stuff, but it was very vague, right? And then she had 2 or 3 posts out there, all about like this vague stuff accusing an ACL director, David Streaker, of something, right? But it didn't say of what.
yeah.
So I reached out to her. I messaged her, and I said like, "Hey, like I was following your posts. Like everything was very vague. If you would like a platform, we have a podcast. Why don't you jump on the show and be a guest?"
Yeah.
I didn't, and that was still early on. That was like 3 posts into her like rant.
Yeah.
So she came in, and then she agreed and said she was nervous. And I'm like, listen, just come on. If you don't like it, then like we don't, whatever.
Yeah.
Just if you don't want to come on, then just don't show up. But we'll be there. We'll schedule it for 9:00. After a little technical difficulties, she showed up.
Mm-hmm.
In the first hour of it, I'll give her credit. So she started off like all over the place, more excited, like nervous anticipation, like would just kind of like get
She didn't
lost.
she didn't know where she wanted to start.
So we
with
were
her-
trying to. So we decided to
journey
stop.
of
We were like, hey,
saga.
let's stop. Let's pause. Let's start from the beginning again. Let's. I think now we understand that. Like, I'm just gonna make it more structured, right? So I'm gonna just kind of lead the questions. You answer them, and I'll try to keep a timeline for all the stuff. And for like the next hour, it was going pretty well.
Yeah.
Like we finally figured out a little bit about like what she was mad about.
We were able to piece it together.
Yeah, and then we kind of found out that the biggest hurdle of all this was when we finally figured out that the crux of what she's mad at David Streaker about originally was something that happened 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And that kind of threw us for a loop.
Yeah,
And then-
we did not think it was that long ago that all this shit went down, like that she was bringing up. So
Correct. Eventually, we got to a point where we couldn't really keep her like in a straight line of thinking.
Yeah.
We were trying to like almost tell her like, okay, we understand why you might have been mad at one time, but maybe your anger right now is a little bit misguided and you're lashing out at like kind of the wrong people. Right. Mm-hmm. We left the interview. We thought it was okay. Like we had a decent interview where at least she kind of was explaining her side of where she was coming from. And then I get a message. I wake up to about 30 voice messages on Messenger, all about 10 to 15 seconds long, going back and forth. Hey, I want to post it. No, please don't post it. I want to post it. And in the morning, I got like a green light saying, fuck yeah, let's do this. Let's post it. I'm like, all right, I'll send you the edit.
Yeah.
And then we'll go from there. All right, we'll just take it slow. I'll send you the edit. You can see what you think, and then we'll go from there. And then I get bombarded with messages basically saying that she was blindsided, blah, blah. I mean, people that saw it on the story is basically what you saw.
Yeah.
And I just responded, like, in what way were you blindsided? Like, we were very nice. Like, we took our time. We took 2 hours out of our day. Like, you know, we're trying to edit this, so we'll edit it. We'll send it to you. And then she asked not to stop. And then she had, apparently her ex-husband is a lawyer. So I had this guy calling me in the middle. I'm working with a fucking patient, and I have to deal with this lady. So I have to step out of the room, and I'm like, can I help you? And he's like, hey, man. And I'll be honest with you, the guy was relatively normal on the phone. He's like, I hate to do this. Like, I'm on a plane, but like, you know, she's not giving consent and don't go. Dane and I argued about consent.
Yes.
We feel like we probably have consent to release it.
We have, I mean, we literally have the text exchange saying that she agreed to
There's
come
an
on the
audio
show.
before we record. There's an audible recording starting now that both parties can hear. Mm-hmm. So it's acknowledged. But when it comes down to it, if someone doesn't want their interview out there, we're not bad dudes, right? We're not trying to
it's only the second interview that we've done that we've never posted.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Honestly.
In 6 years.
In 6 years, that's pretty damn good.
I mean, I'll take it.
So we're not going to put it out publicly. All right. So it's just not, I'm just not, I don't want to deal with a potential backlash of just like.
I mean, not that I ever think there would be any.
No,
she doesn't have a leg to stand on.
No, not
just
that.
Like,
I don't want to be a target of like a social media posting. You know what I mean? Like, we're off the radar right now.
Yeah.
We're still like somewhat in the good graces. So, okay. So, I mean, I guess I'll tell what she told us.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
All right. So basically her side of the story is that 2 years ago, she was having an issue with this dude who she felt was intentionally intimidating her while she was throwing, right? Something had happened the tournament before. She was involved in a match, and the guy was in the background making faces, swinging his arms, whatever. Now,
this was after she had left this young man at a tournament for quote-unquote disrespecting her.
Yes.
So she left it sounded
Correct.
like he was probably 18 at the time. Like
let me backtrack. Correct.
Yeah.
So they're at a tournament, say a month before. She gives this young man a ride.
Yeah.
He disrespects her in some way. She did not clarify what. She leaves him at the venue, and then she drives home. And they're like an hour or whatever away. So, right, they're out of town. So fast forward to the next tournament. She's playing a match. He's distracting her. Now, it must have been true, because according to her, this player was suspended by the ACL.
Okay.
There was a regional that happened next, and the player was still suspended. And apparently he showed up along with his mother, his father, and maybe like a sibling or something. They were all attending this regional event.
Yeah.
Giselle apparently approached David Streaker saying, this young man's not supposed to be there. Like, what is he doing here? And according to her, Davis kind of just turned a blind eye. That apparently is what she feels like he was sticking up for someone who was trying to intimidate her. That was like the crux of what she was mad about a long time ago.
Yeah, and I'm also not clear on the verbiage in the ACL rulebook about attendance versus participation.
Correct.
So, like, can he just be there as a fan?
I'm not judging anybody. I'm not saying somebody's at fault. I'm just saying this is what she told us, and this is why she was mad. All right. So you can, from that side of things, you can see why she might be upset, regardless of like what the policies say and stuff. Right. Yeah. I can kind of see where she's saying right or wrong. I'm not saying who's right or wrong. But then fast forward to current time. Apparently, her ex-husband was
not the lawyer.
Different ex-husband. The most recent ex-husband. I don't think it's official ex-husband. I think still current husband technically, but currently not together. Apparently, his name's Kevin, I think, and apparently he does not have a great reputation in the cornhole community. He starts fights a lot. He's very overprotective of Giselle, apparently, and he had kind of a reputation of like starting shit, not being a guy that you wanted at your venues. So a lot of the directors in Florida said that he was not welcome to play there anymore.
Yeah.
So it got to a point where there was no one around him that that they could go play. So he ended up moving. She stayed in Florida, but she felt like she wasn't able to go to those same venues.
Yeah.
And we asked her, were you ever told, did you ever receive information from anyone that said you specifically were not allowed to attend those venues? And she flat out said no.
Yeah.
And we spent 30 minutes of this interview trying to tell this lady that, like, okay, I understand why you were mad, but if you calm down for a half second, stop burning bridges, you're still welcome at all these other venues. So go play. Go play.
Exactly.
But then clearly she's having some difficulties in life, right? She's not thinking clearly. She was starting to get in this wild conspiracy about the ACL, and that's kind of where it went off the rails, and we were going to have to edit some stuff. But that's basically the crux of like why she was upset.
Yeah.
It's clear that she's dealing with some stuff, and as entertaining as it has been, like, to read, like, I do still think it's important that, like, this lady gets help. You know what I mean? Like, that's why I don't want to post this interview because of that. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. I mean,
it's a cry for help. You know what I mean?
I mean, maybe, but also she's just seems like she's not seeking the help either. So
no, 100%.
She's at that point right now where she thinks she's.
I think she's going through like the grieving
together.
process. So she's like in the anger stage right now. Mm-hmm. And I think that there's been moments of clarity, and we saw it like in the interview. Like I'm telling you, the first hour of the interview, it went pretty well. Like when we restarted and we're going through it, it was like we're getting the story
at
out.
The first point when we brought up that, were you ever sent an email or a message or anything saying that you specifically weren't welcome? She's like, oh no, like literally clear as day. She's like, oh, I wasn't. Oh, yeah, I guess I never was.
Yeah,
and we're like, that's when we were trying to elaborate on that point and be like, listen,
yeah,
you could still be welcome here if you stop now and maybe just throw out like a quick apology and just be like, hey, sorry, I lost my mind for a minute, and move on. Like, still be angry, but like, yeah, no. Then it just kept rolling into the anti-Davis streaker realm of, him being a narcissist and attacking her and stuff.
I was also trying to get the point across to her that, like, I think her anger was misguided.
Yes.
She's guiding her anger at the ACL, at Davis Streaker, at all these individuals, when realistically her anger should be pointed like towards her ex-husband for, ruining chances and, whatever she's accusing him of.
I mean, that's really what flipped the switch was when I brought that up.
Yeah.
I was like, it sounds to me like you're just angry at your husband that just left.
Correct.
And yeah, that kind of set her off on a very long tangent of heated jibber jab. Like it didn't make any sense really. So, it's just
it's an unfortunate situation.
It is. I mean, it sucks that we wasted our time with the interview. I know a lot of people wanted to hear it.
But again, and I know a lot of people were saying like, oh, you should have known. Like, honestly, when I did my research beforehand, though, like before I reached out, like I did, and I looked and like, there's not like, I don't see a crazy lady here. Like, I don't see it.
No, I mean,
I see a very upset lady here that's mad about something and passionate. And fuck yeah, that's exactly what we want. Like, I thought we were going to get like maybe like a little bit out there, but like we had to like redirect. But I thought we were just going to get a passionate individual. And then the more we start, and then we got to that again, like a little bit outside of an hour in the interview. And then I started realizing, I'm like, okay, like, all right, we're not thinking clearly anymore. You know what I mean? We're kind of outside here. So, and I didn't know I didn't think it was going to manifest into everything that culminated this weekend. I mean, we got Sam Finley chiming in. Part of me wants to be like Sam, like, just don't say anything. You know what I mean? Like,
you're all sheep.
Yeah. Just
and flying monkeys.
And I was sent all of these posts like all day.
Yeah.
Because she blocked us on everything. As soon as she
blocked you.
I know. Well, she blocked me, and then I tried sending her a message on TikTok. Oh, I did send the message on TikTok, just letting her know, hey, I'm just letting you know we're not posting the interview. I talked to, whatever, you're good.
Yeah.
And then I saw she read it and it was blocked. So I'm like, all right, that's fine. As long as she knows, we're good. So, and then I was getting messages like, do you know she's posting up story like your conversation? I'm like, I didn't say anything wrong. Like, no, it's fine. I mean, you go back, anyone could read our transcript. It's fine. Like, I didn't say anything wrong.
Yeah, but to me in that moment, I was this close to just posting the full interview because like it started up with just some really, really good shit. That we could have. I mean, I still want to kind of clip it at some point.
Well, You never know. It may be a Patreon happy hour special viewing or something.
Yeah, if we'll see. It was just
we'll see.
It was just
for
one
our
of those
loyal
that,
for our loyal people. We'll
yeah,
see.
like
we'll talk about.
When she started posting up your conversation with her, like that is what cheesed me off because you don't get to dictate what's private and then tell us, even though we're fully in our right to post it.
I don't know if this helped or not, but I did reach back out to the lawyer and being like, listen, if we're following our side and we're not posting the interview, there cannot be this whole defamation of like the podcast on her end. You know what I mean? Like we've been very nice. We had her on the show. We had a conversation. She doesn't want us to post it. We're not posting it. So like, I don't understand where the issue is.
Yeah,
here.
I mean, I can't wait till she listens to this, and if she posts anything up about it, then the interview is going live instantly.
Nah,
I won't even edit it. I'm just going to put it up.
We're not doing anything that says anything. We're not saying. I want her to. I think she needs help. I would like her to get help, but. Again, we listened to her story. We're telling her like the facts that she told us. We're just laying it out there. People wanted to know, so that's really what was going on behind the scenes. And the other posts, I can't really explain. So.
Yeah, it's a little.
I mean,
tough.
who knows though? I mean, like you see the cornhole boards in the background of some of her videos. She might just be throwing all day, every day, and she might return, and she might just be an assassin on the board.
You don't
know
know
what I mean? Like it'd be crazy.
10.4 PPR.
All right, before we jump into dramatic readings, let's go ahead and you want to do this recap here?
Yeah, let's do a little recappies.
All right, so let's start off with singles.
Sure.
All right, so in singles,
Can we pause for 1 second?
Sure. All right, Dane had to get some more water.
Yeah,
parched.
honestly, I was
it's hot.
thirsty, man. It's hot outside.
It's hot outside, man. All right, so we're gonna go over. We'll start with singles first. All right, so final four, we had Tony Smith versus Chris Roybal, and then Mark Richards versus Gage Landis. Smith in the semifinals was looking like he was like it was his one to win this time.
I mean, when he gets locked in like that,
dude,
it's just like there's not a soul out there.
He
that
won
can beat him.
22-2, and Roybal was throwing great all fucking weekend. You know what I mean? Like you did really solid. Just ran into a buzzsaw. Tony Smith he won 22-2, had a 10.55 PPR and a 1.82 DPR.
Damn.
I mean, that's taken to somebody 1.82 in a professional match.
Yeah, that's nuts. Good lord.
That just shows that like if the game gets a little dirty, you
can
still
dominate.
Manufacture points better than the rest of them. And then Richards versus Landis, 21-8. Mark Richards just doing what he does. I thought it was ironic that in the semifinals, both Smith and Richards both averaged a 10.55 PPR.
It is ironic.
Going in head to head, you have a little bit of like, I feel like big brother, little brother you have Smith and Richards a little bit. But you have Tony Smith that's always been considered like the wildly talented player, and Richards is just like the player that gets it done.
Yeah.
Smith jumps out to a big lead and then just like can't really hammer it home, and Richards is just so fucking consistent, man.
Yeah,
now,
so I only got to watch the domination of Tony Smith, and then I had to leave to go golf.
Because you assume that Smith won.
Yeah, honestly, like I left it being like, oh, Smith's going to take that home, and then I come to find out that he didn't. I'm like, oh man, that must have been like Keegan Bradley taking it home this weekend. Like,
I will say,
epic collapse done.
The last bag that Mark Richards had, so Smith had missed his first two bags right of the hole, right? Richards had one in, and then he throws a block, right? Yeah. And then he has another bag. Smith just does not throw a great bag. Misses his third after taking a timeout, long wait. I thought he might try to roll it in or something, or try to shoot it and drag then just to clear it out. But he ends up like missing the bag right. It was not a great shot. Instead of going in and forcing Smith to have to hit like some ridiculous shot, he lays up like kind of in front, but a backside air mail drag is still there. So like all I kept thinking is like, how good your partner is. Like how many times you've seen him like just drag a backside. When I saw it open, I'm like, oh, well, there's Tony's opportunity. I thought for sure he's just gonna hit it, carry on, and then like Mark
that could have been the fire that lit underneath him.
A little bit. And like again, you can make it's an odds game, right? Mark was playing, he thinks that there's a better odds that Tony's gonna miss that shot.
Yeah.
I get it. I just thought that with Richards being so good, I thought he could have just put that bag in and everything would have been fine.
Yeah.
But it all worked out. Mark Richards gets another title. The dude just like, it's hard not to like him. Yeah, I mean,
he's just a machine.
He is, man. He's just a lefty machine. He just gets up there. And then it's like cheating because these two guys then get to play doubles together.
Yes.
You know what I mean? But before we get into doubles, I wanted to bring up one particular individual. He is a rather awesome big ass sponsored player.
Hell yeah.
Colin Hodet had himself a fucking weekend. We've been telling you guys all season. We interviewed him was it right before Signature 1?
Yeah, it was fairly early on. Yeah.
Okay. So he's known as the Roll King, right? He's Vermont's first player, pro player ever, and you're representing him really well in a rookie season.
Yes.
He hasn't come out and won. Like, so it's going to be hard for him to be like in serious consideration for Rookie of the Year. Does he make the ballot? I don't know. After a finish like this, there might be consideration he makes the ballot. He takes third overall, and the only games he lost 2 games to Jamie Graham.
Yeah.
He beat some pretty solid competition, like through the losers bracket, just to kind of make his way back into it. He had to go through Wiedenfield. He had to go through Ethan Walker. He had to go through Colin Powers. He had to go through Trey Birchfield. I mean, it's quite the run.
It was. Yeah, it was a good run. And, I mean, tip of the cap. Colin,
he's
like,
the kind of player
right
that
there.
just needs confidence.
Yeah.
And now that he sees it, like, oh, shit, I can beat these guys. You know what I mean? Like, he's the guy in that friend group that, like, is just as good as everyone. He just doesn't believe it yet.
Yeah.
But now that it's done, now he starts to believing it. Like, that's the kind of player that gets really scary.
Dude, just like, you want to talk about back tilt on a bag.
Oh, dude, it's crazy.
This dude, I don't know
understand
how the fuck he gets so much back tilt, but he just rolls everything flawlessly.
It looks when he throws a bag, it looks like he should have no idea where it's going to go.
Exactly. It's so impressive to watch.
But the feathery touch for a big man, I fucking love it.
Yeah.
I love seeing that.
It's a la like Eli Stevens.
Yes,
throwing
a little bit.
six side down, except this dude's doing it with fucking roll bags. Like it's just clinical.
Yeah, just pretty looking, just high, saucer, flopping, smacking a board and just rolling
Just
over.
rolling
aggressive.
over, just
Like there's nothing polite
buttery
about his roll
smooth.
bag, you know what I mean?
No.
Like at all. So, all right. Moving on to doubles.
Doubles.
So ironically, last weekend we were just talking about Sims and Wilson, saying like how they've had a really good season, but they haven't like burst onto the scene yet and made that broadcast. And here they are. They take down Graham and Trzynski in the finals. They move on to the broadcast. Graham and Trzynski were like that other team this year that like it just didn't seem like they were going to lose.
Yeah.
It's like a foregone conclusion that they're going to win their bracket. Sims and Wilson had other ideas. They take them down twice, 22-19 the first game, and then it was 24-15 the second game to win the take it down. They faced off against Ellison Harbaugh. Oh, I'm sorry. They faced off against Richardson Smith. Obviously, Richardson Smith take it down. Pretty close match for the most part. On the other side, you had Ellison Harbaugh again making another broadcast appearance. Or this is back to back, right?
Yeah.
Just not quite getting it done. I mean, they had a tough they had a tough chore. They're going against JBJ and Chamberlain. We've been saying this for a long time. They've been a perennial top 4 in our power rankings for a reason. They're always in the mix in doubles. Regardless of what's going on in singles, those two always are a very, very difficult out in doubles.
Yeah.
So they take it down in that match. And in the finals, you have Smith and Richards, who just seemed like it was destined for them just like to dominate the whole weekend. But then you have Texas come right along, JBJ and Chamberlain just taking it down again.
Yeah. I mean, they're I feel like they're basically just going to win at least one every year. They're that good. Like,
yeah, correct. They're making broadcasts. Yeah, for sure.
For sure. I mean, I think like I did have one question though, like going through the doubles bracket and seeing like all these big names and powerhouse teams all seem to kind of make it there in doubles.
Yeah.
Why is that not the same case in singles? Why do we see so many more outliers, such as a Roy Ball or Gage Landis? Not that they're
because I think in singles
anything.
Anybody can get hot on a given day, but in doubles you might be really hot, but you still have to give your bags back to your partner, and maybe they're facing off someone that's just as hot as you, but their partner's playing just a little bit better. I mean, a lot relies you need to. It's no secret that like you put 2 really good players together, and every year it makes it work. Like Jamie Graham, just put somebody else really good across from them, they're going to do really well.
Yeah.
It's just a recipe for success. Smith and Richards are literally the case for it. You put 2 of the best players in the world, and they're just going to happen to make more broadcasts than not.
Yeah.
Like, I want to say, going back to last year, they've made, I want to say 75% of the broadcasts, if not more, it seems like.
Easily. Yeah, I think that's definitely
I mean, they're more of a shoo-in than anybody. But tip of the cap, we love JBJ and Chamberlain. They're our dudes. They're like 2 of the guys at any tournament wherever we're at. We make sure we talk to them. We'll get them on the show sometime soon. Next week we are going to have Colin on, so I'm excited for that.
Of course.
So we're going to
get that Roll King on.
For sure. Shout out to another big ass sponsored player.
Miranda Coy.
Miranda Coy and Lori Duel do it again. They take down women's doubles over Shine Bubenheimer and Gina Ramirez again.
I mean, they're just like their kryptonite when it comes to the finals right now.
I'm telling you. So I think Gina Ramirez, I wouldn't be shocked if it happened to play again. I
Swap
wouldn't.
sides?
Yeah, man. I really think they should.
Yeah.
I think Lori Duel has an ability to get under Gina Ramirez's skin. And Gina is a fiery, fierce competitor. And I think that if she fucks up once, Lori just, and I don't know if Lori's, I mean, I think Lori plays a mental game very much. Like, I think she's like a Cody Henderson a little bit. You know what I mean? She knows how to needle people.
Yeah.
Not directly, but, passive aggressive comments here or there. And I think it gets under Gina's skin and it throws her off. And, and Miranda just has to throw well, like she does. Like, Miranda's really good.
Yeah.
You put her up against Cheyenne and just like try to stop the bleeding, let Lori go to work as Gina kind of crumbles a few rounds. And it's a recipe that keeps working for them. So shout out to Miranda and Lori. I mean, they take it down again, and
hell yeah. I mean, it's just twice.
Yeah.
Twice now.
It's a tough one for us because we love Gina. You know what I mean? She's Draggin Bags. Cheyenne's been so great, but like Miranda and Lori, like they just have that chemistry that something just clicks on the boards, and it's always fun to watch them win.
Hell yeah. No, I love it. And the fire after they win too. Like,
oh,
it's
yeah.
just
And I know,
unmatched.
and I don't think there's been a women's doubles team that's ever had as much like hate towards them as they get.
No.
And they just laugh all the way to the winner's circle, which is the best part.
Yeah.
And I love it. And we've said this before. They're really nice. They really are. Like,
Yeah,
I know,
I mean-
I've said it before. If you meet me on the boards and we play a match together, you might not like me, but after the match is over, I'll buy you a beer.
Exactly.
And we can be friends then.
For sure.
So, like, don't judge people always how they act on the boards and maybe immediately after. Sometimes some of us are a little bit more fiery than others.
Fiery competitors, man.
But you meet them off the boards
hard to turn
and
off.
people are still human. So, all right. Dramatic readings.
Dramatic reading
I'm trying to
time.
figure out. I hate Facebook made this update. And
Yeah.
dude, I
it's
fucking
so annoying.
hate it. It takes me forever just to get like to my favorites for the photos. It's annoying as hell. Okay,
All right, let me get this soundbite.
Draggin Bags have brought men to their knees. Social media serves as sanctuary for keyboard warriors. Time for the dramatic readings.
This is from Tanner Neal. I have no hate in my heart when I say this. Being a mid-level or bottom pro in the ACL, still better than 97% of the cornhole world, has to just be hard. Not winning money, and probably not for the biggest sponsor deals. I know everything is expensive, so I wonder how that takes a toll on them mentally.
I think it's the point that we're seeing now why we're going to 100 pros. I think that stress of getting sponsorship, being able to afford the travel and stuff is not an easy task. And for those lower level people, like, yeah, the money's just not there to be sustainable any longer.
Yeah, so I try to compare it to other professional leagues. Like, all right, like if we take golf, right? You have grinders on the tour, right? But the problem is their purses that they're taking home are like sustainable living wages if they make the cut, typically. Now, like they still have travel expenses and coaches and expenses and stuff like that. But typically, if they make one cut and they do really well in a tournament, that might pay for like everything for a year. Cornhole's not there.
No.
You can't just show up at the World Championships, win it, and just live off of that for a year. I mean, maybe I don't think you can.
No,
Right?
you cannot.
So it's a grind. Like, you have to love it, man. It's the same thing as like any low level player in like minor league baseball that's in AAA. They're 30 years old. You know, they've been grinding at it for 12 years for a chance. They do it. They're not doing it to make tons of money. They're doing it because they fucking love it. And I think that's where you have a group of individuals. I think it was more so 4 or 5 years ago, where the guys that were pros and like going just absolutely fucking loved it. Like the pioneers,
Yes.
like those pros, they really truly loved it and were into it to grow the game. Now I think there was a new crop of people that found out they were really good at it, met some cool people, they enjoyed traveling, and opened up some doors, and they kind of stuck with it.
Yeah.
I just, it's gonna be tough. Like, I don't know. I hope that it continues.
I do
You know what
too,
I mean?
man.
I just don't know if we're gonna start to see the dwindling numbers. Like, are the numbers that we're seeing across the board at like regional tournaments and opens, does that just mean that less people give a shit about like playing at the highest level? It's kind of trending that way a little bit, and I don't see a solution for this grassroots effort. Somebody put me on to somebody that I'm going to reach out to. They started at the grassroots level, grew very big, and then I don't think they're around anymore. But just I want to get their concept of like where I think it's Schaefer, April. I think April.
April and Dave.
Yeah, I think it's them. I'm pretty sure, and we've met them before. Yes,
Okay.
correct,
Yeah,
100%. Yes. So I kind of want to get. I want to reach out to them and see if they'll be willing to get on, because they grew so big so fat.
Yeah.
Like, and you got to start somewhere. And we'll see how it is. But I thought the broadcast this week was really good. I thought Teams was pretty entertaining for the most part.
Yeah.
The Woodchucks, listen, they understand the assignment.
Yes.
Like, I think they do very well on the broadcast. They do very, very well. So it's fun. It was entertaining to watch. It kept my interest for as long
well,
as
honestly, like that, like we want to talk about, like going back to that post, the mid-level player, that's like, to me, that's where Teams comes into play for them.
Yep.
Like that's their chance to shine and get a moment on a big stage that maybe they're not getting regularly.
100%. All right, we got a long one here.
All right.
Buckle up. This is breaking news. This is from NACA.
NACA.
This is an open statement to all NACA players, owners, and fans from the NACA Executive Board. We would like to extend our sincerest apologies to all of you for our handling of the playoff scheduling and seeding. We acknowledge and understand your frustrations and realize that we failed to communicate clearly and in a timely manner how this would be determined. At the season start, we were thrilled to welcome 10 new teams to the Lake Erie region. Unfortunately, our enthusiasm overshadowed a clear lack of planning on our part, which has led to our current situation. We would like to make it clear that we expanded our playoff schedule to provide a fuller experience for all of our dedicated players. In doing so, we did not take the necessary step of determining and sharing the format. Upon completion of regular season play, we realized our mistake. It became apparent almost immediately that we had thought was clear left much to interpretation. Therefore, we took the necessary time to carefully analyze the situation and come to a decision that we feel is the most fair. It is the decision of the NACA Executive Board and this board alone that the division winners have earned one each of the top 3 seeds in order of their record and differential. The remaining 5 spots have been filled by the second place teams in each division and 2 wildcard teams. Each of these would be again seeded based upon record, differential, and lowest points allowed. We understand that this decision may not satisfy everyone, and we are truly sorry. With that in mind, we are willing and able to address questions and concerns in a respectful manner. We ask that these questions and comments be directly solely to the executive board as we make the decision without undue influence from external parties. We appreciate your understanding. Woo!
So basically, what I'm hearing is
they fucked up.
They had the whole schedule set, and then planned their championships and everything, and didn't bother to tell anyone the format of how the seating was going to be.
Something like that.
Going into it.
So NACA's going well.
Yeah.
I mean, they added 10 teams. From what I've heard, it's not like going like great, like attendance wise and team wise. But listen, they're trying. They're trying. And I have nothing against those guys. Like those guys are, they're solid dudes that are running.
Trying to pick something up that they believed in that fell apart.
Correct.
Like,
just trying it a different way.
Shout out to Zeb. Hope you're doing all right.
Who's no longer involved? Let's make that very clear.
He's not, but maybe he's running it he's cooking the books from behind prison bars.
One for a homie.
Yeah.
All right, let me see what else I got here. Sorry,
Sean. We had an interview with Giselle.
We did. Sorry,
I'm still trying to get over that one.
All right.
Last one?
Yep, last one.
Finals?
I think so. This is from Brandon Gosnell. Me. Hey, man. Throw these bags and see if you like them. Random guy. Side rails first bag. Front board next bag. Slides one off the back. Missing airmail on the last bag. Random guy. Yeah, I don't like these. Me. Bro, you gotta hit the board first. Does that ever happen to anyone?
Tell you right now, if I was the one testing those bags, I would be in the same boat. I'd be like, nope, it's not for me. What's wrong with these bags? They're defective. It's definitely not my throw. It's something with these bags. 100%.
Yes. Oh, yeah,
it's
without
equipment.
a doubt.
Yeah,
Without
never
a doubt.
user error. It's equipment.
For sure.
What do you like? You weighted one side of the bag or something?
Yeah.
I just put all 4 of my bags on the board, and now all of a sudden I can't put this one on the board. Definitely the bag's fault.
Before you cue the rap horn, because I know you're like getting itchy over there.
Yeah.
I had a random question to ask you.
Yeah.
Just something that popped in my head.
Okay.
Can you give me we'll do 2 or 3 each, right?
Okay.
Overrated and underrated sandwiches.
Okay.
So can we just like spitball it together, like kind of talk us through?
I mean, overrated for me, number one across the board is hot dog. It's a hot dog. I'm not a fan of hot dogs. I would choose a burger over a dog any day of the week.
Okay.
So
all right. So I'm gonna throw it out there. I think like a BLT, way overrated.
Yeah.
Like it's like where's the rest of the sandwich? Like anyone that's like, oh, a good BLT, like where's the rest of it? Like that's what should already be on the sandwich. You're missing like the main component of the sandwich.
Yeah, I mean you can thank
the
Sir
BL
Francis.
and the T is a given. Like what is it? What kind of sandwich is it? Like I don't want just that. Like it's just not.
Well, you have to thank Sir Francis Bacon and the Earl of Sandwich for coming together, because otherwise the BLT would be merely lettuce and tomato. So you can thank them.
Okay.
Another overrated sandwich.
Overrated.
If you guys know that quote, tag it in the comments. All right.
Okay, hold on. So we're going overrated right now.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll start off with an underrated.
Go ahead, throw it out there.
I'm gonna go with a classic Italian.
Underrated?
Yeah.
Okay, I can see that.
I think with the salami.
Well, okay, you think that's underrated though? So I think that most people really like that. But I can see it.
But that's like it's like near the tippy top
okay,
for me, and I think it's just underappreciated. Like you go into a sandwich shop, most of them will have an Italian sandwich on the menu.
Yeah.
The ones that don't should burn in hell.
I think it's kind of like a back and forth, right? Underrated. I think a good meatball sub is completely underrated. I don't think it gives enough love because I think the overrated one, chicken parm, typically gets more love out of
See,
that.
I would flip flop those.
No, man. See, I think a meatball sub is underrated, man. Especially if it's a good meatball.
For me, it depends on the chicken and the chicken parm. That's the big.
To me, it
proponent.
depends on the meatball. Like if it's a good meatball, blows it out of the
So
water.
do you
Like,
like
it's so good?
On your meatball sub? Do you like big balls or little balls?
I do actually like a bigger ball. I do.
See, I like the little ones where you just like pop them out of there.
Keep it in there, just like. Now, let me ask you: do you eat all the meatballs first and then the bread after, or do you eat it as you go?
I eat it as I go, but it's rarely like my bite is rarely bread, cheese, and everything, and a meatball. It's usually like you get the bread first, and then you just take a whole meatball. And then
a meatball sub, it's weird. It's like one of those things, depending on where I get it from. Sometimes it's like a fork and a knife kind of thing.
Yeah.
Rather than like picking it up.
It's about the vehicle, the bread itself.
Correct.
Got to have the proper bread choice.
Another underrated, I think a good like peanut butter and jelly, kind of underrated.
Yeah, I love me a good PB&J, man. Like
where do you fall on grilled cheese?
So I
love a good grilled cheese.
Not to toot my own horn, but
belong in the underrated or overrated? Would you say?
I think it's right where it needs to be.
Okay,
it's a mainstay staple. But like, not to toot my own horn, but I think I make the greatest grilled cheese ever.
Wow, you are.
I give it the TLC.
All right, so
that
what
it
kind of bread
needs.
do you use?
Brioche.
Okay.
Always use a nice buttery brioche.
Yeah.
And then you don't butter the bread.
No, you don't need to. Not with brioche.
But you put a little butter just in the skillet.
Yeah, that's
and
okay.
let that
Just
go
a little
down.
bit.
And then
What kind of cheese?
I like to do a little smattering. So I'll do a piece of Colby Jack.
Okay.
And a piece of pepper jack.
Okay.
Sometimes, like, depending on what cheese I have in there, like, I don't like cheddar
Okay.
in it because it doesn't melt right.
Sometimes that's the same with me with pepper jack. Sometimes it doesn't melt great.
Yeah, I mean, it just depends on which pepper jack
You gotta
get.
go low and slow almost.
Yeah,
But
which is exactly how I attack the grilled cheese. Like, it's low heat. Just give it the little TLC that it needs to let everything melt on the inside and not burn the bread.
okay.
Yeah, it's all about just eyeballing it. And
What kind of jelly are you for peanut butter and jelly?
you know, honestly, I love all kinds of jelly. I
If you
haven't
had to
really
go
met
with one though, what's your number one?
I think my favorite would probably be a seedless raspberry.
A seedless raspberry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I don't like the little chunks in there. I know it's really random.
I love you, man.
But like,
I thought,
raspberry and peanut butter go together pretty damn well, and like not many people would think that combo's good.
That's exactly what I'm
But
saying.
it's good. Like
Anyone
the
else
tartness
would have
of
been
it.
like grape or strawberry, and then Dane just comes from left field. It's like a good raspberry without seeds.
yeah, seedless raspberry. It's very specific.
No, mine's for sure grape. But it's like kind of a
Yeah,
staple.
again,
in our
I don't
house.
like. I'll take grape any day of the week. Like,
I'll do strawberry, but like grape
Yeah.
is like I just preferred. So
now.
Anyways.
I think a very underrated sandwich, the peanut butter fluff.
Fluffernutter.
Fluffernutter, dude. Like, dude, those things. The only time we ever eat them is at Cape Cod.
I don't want to say I have an overrated one, but like I think it's gonna be very unpopular. But it's just like a personal one.
This is a safe space, Sean. Only
Like
I'll make fun
a
of you here.
cheesesteak. I'm just not a cheesesteak. Like I'll eat it. Don't get me wrong. Like I'll eat it. It's not something like I ever crave though.
So my cheesesteak.
And I know people are like, you haven't had the right one. Like I get it. Like whatever. Like I'm just saying. Like for me personally, it's just not a.
If I order a cheesesteak, and I see a good piece of steak cut up inside of that, I'm actually pissed. If I order cheesesteak, give me fucking steakums. All right, like I know what I'm getting. I know what I want. Just give me that paper thin fucking.
I think you and my
shit
wife
meat.
were talking about this the other day. Like you guys should just go eat dinner every day.
Yeah,
together.
like seriously, like
you guys have very like
because like when you restaurants always cut the meat, the steak the wrong way.
Yeah, they do.
So it's like you're like gnarling on Giselle and. Shut up, Matt.
Well done.
But yeah, so like but the steakums always tried and true, and I mean I just love like I'll be honest, I tend to lean more towards like the chicken
me too.
side of it on it, just because I feel like it's more consistent. You rarely know what kind of steak you're getting in that cheesesteak unless you're going to like a cheesesteak place. Yeah. So yeah, I mean I can see that one. Then I'm trying to think of like one more under or overrated sandwich. It is hard.
I mean, for me, it's gonna be like an egg salad or something like that. Like I just can't. Like it's just not me. And I know that's probably popular, but like for me,
yeah. Anyways. I mean, I'm not a real egg salad fan either. Like I'd rather just have a breakfast sandwich.
Okay.
Than that. I mean, that's definitely way up there on the underrated scale for me. And I'll close on one more underrated, which I don't think you're too much of a fan of, just because of its normal structure. But it's a Cuban.
Okay, I mean, yeah,
just because like to me, like you have to have pickles on a Cuban. Like that's what kind of makes it. And I do love a good Cuban. And
a Cuban without a pickle is pretty good too.
I mean, then it's just a ham sandwich.
All right, it's pretty good
with mustard on it.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Still pretty good. Yeah, pickles are gross.
And I did want to just before we close out,
are our listeners? Are you guys pickle people or not pickle people?
I mean, I'm a pickle man.
I know you
sure.
are. Like we're very divided on this.
Yes.
And I know I'm coming in enemy territory strong when I come here because your wife is about as big of a pickle fan.
Yeah, we are huge pickle fans to the point like we make it a point to go stop and go to this pickle stand that this old man runs in Chautauqua. Literally just sells pickles and pies. His wife makes the pies, he makes the pickles. We just show up there and it's like $10 a jar. They're so freaking good.
You guys are on first name basis and everything now?
Yeah, we are, yeah. Jack. Shout out Jack if you ever listen to this. Give your wife Debbie my love.
Oh yeah. Before I forget to say, I'm wearing the sweet
hell yeah,
come and take
I had
it
mine
jersey
on last week too.
Yeah.
They're fucking sweet.
Shout out to Brandon.
And then just for your interest, tomorrow is National Flamingo Day.
Fuck yeah!
All right, so just wanted to. I know that's your spirit animal. So just wanted to
I might
give you that.
All right, I might have to change my outfit for work tomorrow.
Yep.
All right.
Just you could point it out to people. You'll be like, I'm smarter than you. It's Flamingo Day.
Yeah, for sure. You want to cue that rap horn? All right, you can reach us at Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, all that stuff at Big Asp Cornhole.
And all that other stuff is Facebook at Big Ass Cornhole Podcast. Thanks again to Draggin Bags. Y'all the best. Y'all the best.
You're the strongest bags around.
Strongest 2 letters in the game. DB, baby. Head over to Draggin Bags with a Z.com. Drop code BIGASS12 at checkout.
And if you're looking to support the show, you could do so at patreon.com/bigasscornhole. And for the price of a beer a month, you get access to some bonus content. We have different tiers. So listen, this bonus episode, a little private viewing or something. So if we're
finally going to show the Lords of Cornhole.
Yo, dude, we have so many plans coming up. So if you're interested, you like the show, you want some bonus content, you want to get in contact with us, you like giveaways, all that kind of stuff, consider joining Patreon. We do happy hour calls, which are like my favorite things in the world.
Dude, they're always fun. And honestly, now we're starting to get people involved in those. So like we're going to start recording our little, I loved when we did the draft. Like it was a lot of fun to do that with that group.
Correct. The only reason I didn't post that draft is because it's so many people.
Yeah, and it's really hard to
gets very
make
messy.
a graphic for that
It
too.
is. It's very hard. So
yeah, I was thinking about the next one and I'm like, I think we do action movies.
Yes. Love it.
Yeah, I think that's a good one.
It's a great one. I think I have a good one for Spencer.
Nice.
So so wait, there's gonna be a bonus episode that's gonna drop later this week, probably Friday, I would imagine.
Yeah,
probably
Thursday
drop on Friday. Again, it's gonna be Spencer Bogad. He's a professional wiffle ball player, just cool dude. So hope you guys enjoy the interview.
Hell yeah.
Hope you guys enjoy your guys' week. We'll be back next week with more audio gold. But until then, we hope you throw it straight. That's nothing but 4 baggers from here on out.
Cornhole it.
Later.